Zillow's decision to shut down the iBuying sector of their business and lay off 2,000 workers last November has led to a dramatic plummet in the company's stock price.
Emotional damage!
In an attempt to bounce back and recover their reputation after the dumpster fire train wreck situation that happened last year, the company has announced the launch of the Zillow Super app in 2022, which, if successful, could generate $5 billion in additional revenue for the company.
Ka-ching!
Let's take a look at whether or not this app would be beneficial to you as a future home buyer or seller, and if it even has the potential to increase investor sentiment and bring Zillow's stock price back up. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Arena. I'm a real estate agent in the state of Oregon, and here on my channel we discuss all of the latest news and developments in the world of real estate, the workforce, and the economy at large, and why all of that information is relevant to you. I do also love to post vlogs documenting my experience as a real estate agent. I have a whole playlist dedicated to those videos on my channel, so if any of that sounds interesting to you, definitely be sure to subscribe and turn on your bell notifications so that you never miss a future video. So I made a few videos about Zillow last year, specifically talking about their iBuying program and how Zillow was using their own inflated estimates to make really poor decisions on, just buying properties that were way overpriced, way above market value. And once Zillow had acquired a ton of these homes that were super overpriced, they were struggling to sell them because nobody wanted to buy them at that price. And these were also homes that needed a few fixes here and there. They weren't like gorgeous, ready to move in homes. They were homes that needed a little bit of work. And this whole situation just kind of spiraled into this disaster where Zillow was unable to sell these homes at a profit. They actually had to start selling them at a loss. I brought up an example of a home here where I live in Portland that, if I'm not mistaken, they had to sell at $100,000 under what they paid for it. So they were losing a lot of money on these home purchases. So what did Zillow do? Zillow shut down this whole iBuying sector, laid off a bunch of people. I talked about that in a video on my channel already. But this, of course, caused their stock price to completely plummet, as I said in the introduction of this video. And Zillow has been, or I should say the people at Zillow have been trying to come up with a way to bounce back, to come up with something awesome and amazing that would bring investor confidence back into Zillow. And it looks like they have finally found their golden egg, their genius idea, and that is the Zillow Super app. Rich Barton, the CEO of Zillow, says that the Zillow Super app will bring all the fragmented pieces of the moving process on one platform. It's going to provide mortgage pre-approval, immersive shopping, and facilitate in-person touring and home financing. Basically, they're making the case that moving is a very complicated process with a lot of moving parts, which is absolutely true. There are a lot of things that you have to take into account, take into consideration when you are purchasing a home, especially if you have to sell the home you're already living in. There's just a whole lot going on when you're trying to buy and sell homes. So what Zillow wants to do is bring all of these steps and all of the vendors that you would need, like real estate agents, lenders. They want to bring all of these people and all of these steps, the whole process, onto this one platform, onto this app, to make the home buying and selling process a lot easier, just more smooth for consumers. According to Zillow, 6.1 million homes changed hands in the United States in 2021, and they estimate that about 4.1 million of those people, which is around 67%, used the Zillow platform during their home buying process. Now, Zillow is probably looking at these numbers, the number of people that are on the Zillow platform and on their existing app, and they're thinking, this amount of traffic is a cash cow. There are already so many eyeballs on Zillow already, whether you're browsing homes on your laptop or you have the Zillow app on your phone to look at homes. A lot of people are already using Zillow. So if they can figure out an additional way to monetize all of these eyeballs, they can make a lot of money. After experiencing a loss of $261 million in the fourth quarter and $528 million for the year, Zillow has really been looking for a strategy to get them back on track. And like I said in the beginning of this video, CEO Rich Barton thinks that if this app is successful and it is actually able to generate a lot of traffic to itself, if the app is interesting enough to people, they could generate $5 billion in additional revenue and a 45% increase in earnings by the end of 2025. Now, executing the plan is going to look a little something like this. So they want to engage with these 4.1 million homebuyers that are currently using the product. They already have these people on their platform, so it should be an easy conversion to bring them from looking at Zillow on their computer, their laptop, to looking at this app that they're going to create. So they're going to offer a personalized, immersive, let me highlight this, a personalized, immersive, and curated experiences, plural, including 3D tours with interactive floor plans and tools to understand affordability. Just a big fancy way of saying that they're going to take the home buying process, put it into bite-sized pieces, and offer all of these awesome services so that buyers can feel a lot more at ease when they're going through this process themselves. So the second point here is that they're going to increase the number of home buyers trying to connect by leveraging its acquisition of for-sale home touring reservation system Showing Time. So, you know, realtors will often use Showing Time in order to automatically schedule showings for people that are interested in their listings. And they're going to, you know, really utilize that platform in order to just get people to tour homes more easily, I suppose. But if you have a real estate agent, they take care of all of that for you. So I'm not quite sure if this is going to offer like a self-tour option. I know that Zillow does offer that on the homes that they list, but I suppose we will see when they come out with this app. It says they're going to offer digitized mortgage offerings and developing seller solutions to create new, more asset-light services.
Whatever that means.
All right, they're going to couple the product improvements with an enhanced partner agent network to focus on working with high-performing agents. So they're already doing this. They have like Zillow Premier agents, agents that pay for leads and have closed on home purchases with leads that Zillow has sold to them. So they're going to continue working with these agents because that's making Zillow a lot of money already. And Zillow will integrate its home loan service to ensure users can get pre-qualified for a mortgage before finding an agent. Let's look at this little graphic here. I hope you guys can see that okay. I know it's a little bit fuzzy. It says down here, Zillow connects customers with partners and integrated solutions. So here, we got our little buyers here. It's a really cute graphic. And this is their current home. So it says personalized search and find, rent. This is a little landlord right here. We'll get them pre-approved, then they're shopping, they're touring, they're finally buying. Right here is where you see the agent come in. We'll finance the purchase using a loan officer, we'll sell, and then, you know, your payments start because now you have a mortgage. This closer right here, that's probably referring to the title company because they are handling a lot of the funds, or I should say all of the funds, after you're under contract for a home, and then they disperse those funds once you close. But in any case, after that, you know, you're in your new home. I don't know what happened because my man lost his lady friend here. Maybe this is supposed to be a different person. I don't know. But anyways, they have a new home. Super duper easy peasy. They're just trying to streamline this whole thing for buyers. Now let's take a look at how the stock price has reacted to all of this news. As you can see here, we can see clearly where the plummet happened. November 2nd is when we were getting the actual news that Zillow was shutting down their iBuying program. But there were rumors going on about something like that happening earlier than that. So you can see where this plummet just, you know, their stock price took a nosedive. And if we just move along over here, roughly 6 days ago, which is February 10th, is when news came out about the super app. And we can see that the stock has already increased upon this news and will likely continue to go up as more news about the app comes out. And once the app itself is actually released, if investors will see that there are a lot of people flocking to this app using it, I'm sure that their confidence in Zillow will increase and their stock price will maybe even come back to where it was before the whole iBuying debacle. It might even go higher than that. We'll see. Now, while investors are still waiting for Rich Barton to outline sort of the concrete steps that they need to take in order to make this app happen, they are very pleased with how Zillow has been winding down the iBuying program because they have actually sold a lot more homes than they initially thought they could. They sold 8,300 homes in the fourth quarter of 2021, topping previous expectations of selling only 5,000. So they have been able to unload a lot of these properties, which is great for them because, you know, the longer they hold them, the more money they lose. So that is also contributing to investors, you know, really seeing a brighter future ahead for the company. Now, this is all good and well, but what does this mean for you as a future home buyer or seller?
What about me?
I have sort of mixed feelings about this because I do think that the app has potential to be really helpful and guide buyers and sellers through the process in a very seamless way. But at the same time, you have to remember that this is Zillow trying to continue monetizing their platform by connecting you with agents, by connecting you with lenders, by connecting you with any other vendors, and just by keeping you on their app, they're making money off of you, which is their first priority, in my opinion. Now, that doesn't mean that the vendors and the services that they're going to provide buyers and sellers with are going to be subpar, but I wouldn't necessarily turn to Zillow for every single one of your real estate needs. Because at the end of the day, they are a huge corporation, they're here to make money, they're just here for the bottom line. I honestly recommend that you as a buyer or seller get connected with a really knowledgeable local realtor in your area, somebody that knows the area like the back of their hand, somebody that can give you really good, solid advice. Even like with this whole home buying process, like all of the steps, and Zillow is like, we're gonna bring all of this on one platform. Realtors do that for you when they work with you. And as a buyer, you know, when I meet with my buyer clients, and I've filmed vlogs about my buyer consultations before, I bring a packet, it's my home buyer guide, and it walks my clients through every single step of the process. It explains all of the costs involved, it explains the timeline, it explains just absolutely everything that you would need to know about the home buying process. It will cover that for you. And if you are working with a realtor that wants the best for you, that wants to make sure that you are educated and informed, they will do that for you. So you don't necessarily need the Zillow app for that if you have a really great, knowledgeable realtor. And it's not just important to have a knowledgeable local real estate agent, it's really important to have a knowledgeable local lender, because the financing of your home is arguably one of the most important things that you have to get sorted out. You know, you have to make sure that you're getting a great competitive program, a great interest rate. And yes, Zillow might be able to connect you with good local lenders, but I would still do your own research, meet your own people, shop around, interview different lenders and agents, and see what the best scenario would be for you, because Zillow doesn't necessarily have your best interests at heart. You know, they might be connecting you with good people, but I still highly encourage you to do your own due diligence, to do your own research. Keep in mind that Zillow is connecting you with people that are paying for your information, that are paying for your business, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. You know, you got to do what you got to do to gain clients, but there is that incentive there for Zillow to recommend very specific people to you. They're not just recommending, you know, anyone, they're recommending the people that pay them money to recommend them, if that makes sense. I really want to hear your thoughts about this whole thing in the comments down below. Do you think the Zillow Super app is exciting, or could you just not care less? Are you even open to supporting the Zillow platform after what they did last year, basically stealing home buying opportunities from a lot of first-time buyers? Zillow was probably beating out a ton of regular people when they were doing their whole iBuying thing. I'm still not over it. It was kind of awful, and it contributed to exacerbating just the whole horrible housing market situation that we had last year. So I don't know, but let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I always appreciate hearing your insights. But yeah, you guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you found this video beneficial and interesting. Definitely follow me over on Instagram. My username is @ArenaD. I love to share behind the scenes of my life on there with you guys. And as you know, I am a real estate agent here in the state of Oregon. If you have any real estate needs, whether that's buying, selling, or investing, all of my contact information is in the description box down below. I would love to hear from you and help you achieve your home goals. Other than that, I will see you next week for a brand new video. Bye!